Alright, hello everyone, Simon here. We're back in City Skylines again, and I've been thinking about a few things. I'm thinking, look, should I continue growing my city or should I work on my negative achievements first? Because the problem is that the bigger the city, the harder you crash when you mess it up, and the longer it takes to recover, right? Oh, so we recovered the city from the what do we do? We did tax cuts. So we give some tax cuts for the people, and the city crashed, and we got all the way down to -$5 million or -$5.5 million in our budget, and then eventually we recovered. It took a while. So if you want to look at the graph, so it did this. The city did that. So it grows slower than it crashes. Look at how fast it crashes, and then it grows slightly slower. We did hit over 60,000 on the way back up, and then it stabilizes back at about 50, 53, 52,000 there. You can see that. Yeah, so the bigger the city, the harder it's going to crash when I do these negative achievements. So I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't grow the city anymore. Maybe I should just do the achievements first, and then we'll go on and finish off our city, making it big. Also, since we hit 60,000, we can get a new area, and we have monuments apparently. Oh no, that's the next one, my bad. So we can get one more piece of land. I think I'll take this one. So in the end, I'm planning to have like these 9 squares here. This one, curiously, the highway comes back this way. So if I take this one, I can join the highway up to that, and that actually is the same system as that. So that's kind of useful there, if we want to go down to the south, that is. So let's purchase that. Let's purchase that one, and then come back to here. So what do we have? Well, the good thing about taking so long to recover is that the graveyards. This one is full. This one is 2.3 thousand. Not that great. This one is 2.5 thousand. So the 3 cemetery thing is almost done. Maybe I should turn off even more crematoriums. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do is in fact do the negative achievements first, because that's going to mess up my city, right? And so I want to mess up a smaller city instead of a bigger city, because it's going to be easier to pull back from a smaller disaster than a bigger one. So let me just turn off even more crematoriums because I can. That one and that one. The dead bodies will begin to pile up. Let's see, the crematorium. Oh, there's one here, interesting. I need this to be turned off. What else do we have? We have... So industrial zones, this is a positive one. We can just do this normally. These we unlocked. Let's see. Weekly education expenses, that's pretty easy. Office zones, we need to work on this one because we're still about 9,000 off, 9,000 squares off. Courthouse, so crime rate over 50%, this is the one we need to work on. Airport, that's pretty easy. Commercial zone, construct instances of university, I mean that's pretty easy too. So unemployment rate over 50 and crime rate over 50, I think are the main negative achievements that we have to work on. Let me check. Construct service buildings, that's easy. Children elementary schools, that's pretty easy. All city service buildings and cargo harbors. Yeah, so those are easy. So the only negative ones really are the crime rate and unemployment, and I don't actually know how to do them. Except crime rate, I guess we're just going to turn off all the... Alright, let's just save into 23. And we're going to turn off all of the police stations. And we're going to see what happens. If you notice, I have a lot of small service buildings instead of large ones. I don't know if I explained. I think I explained it a long time ago. The idea is that... Oh, what did I turn off? I turned off the fire station, didn't I? The idea is that because your services have to travel to people along the roads, it's better to have more buildings more small buildings than fewer large buildings, even though you can get the same coverage with more or fewer large buildings. Because they're further apart, it means that they're gonna have to travel longer distances to get to whatever the problem is. So in my opinion, it's better to have larger numbers of small buildings than smaller numbers of large buildings, if that makes sense to you. Just because, you know, you reduce the travel distance by having things more spaced out. Ah, curiously, there's only one police station here. Right, so we're gonna turn off all the police and see if we can get our crime rate up to 50%. I don't know how to get unemployment up to 50%. Maybe if we raise taxes on the commercial stuff and the industrial stuff to ridiculous levels, maybe we'll kill the industry and the commerce, and then maybe the employment will crash. We can try that. But let's do one disaster at a time. Police station. Yes. Police station. Interestingly, there's only one here. It doesn't seem to matter. Like the population density doesn't seem to matter to the police coverage. Whereas, you know, for the schools and the hospitals, if you have too many students or patients, then it actually matters. Whereas the police station, it doesn't seem to matter how many people live nearby. It's more like how far away they live. It's the important consideration. So we have, okay, there's still one. Oh, that one. Okay, so now we have no police coverage, and our crime rate is 6%. I don't really know how to increase the crime rate. We have no police coverage. So what should happen is that everything should turn to crap. Just to put it bluntly, everything is supposed to crash and burn. Yeah. Well, this is what we do. It might be a while before people realize just how bad things are right now. So it might take a while for this to kick in. That's still like like 550 people away from filling up. It's okay, I'm pretty sure by the time we break the city again and recover again, things will, like the cemeteries will fill up. Here, I was thinking maybe I should kind of lighten this curve a little bit, or, you know, straighten the curve a little bit, and not have it quite so sharp. So I was thinking maybe I should get rid of those. It doesn't really matter, does it? And then, like, curve this back here, so the curve isn't quite as steep, right? And then if we take that point, why doesn't the game want to do that? Let me try. Well, the game kinda is okay with that. Does that join up? That joins up, that joins up, that joins up. Okay, so this then, just check, yeah, so then this curve is slightly less acute. And maybe that will allow the trains to travel down there faster. It kinda does. So they don't have to slow down quite as much going through here, which is the idea. You see how they don't really slow down at all going around that curve. So what is my crime rate is up to 18%. Good. So it's working. it's working in the worst possible way, of course, but it is working. I'm thinking whether if I have more industry down here at some point, so I'm gonna have a ship freight terminal over here, I think. But maybe put more industry here, more forestry stuff down here. Although that's not really useful because the forestry stuff will mostly go to the other factories in my city instead of going to export. So maybe I'll put more industry down here and have a cargo terminal there. I'm wondering if I should extend the train line down here and then maybe have more industry down here. Although the trucks can probably take care of the cargo. I'm not sure. I was thinking maybe I'll extend the train line, maybe have another train station, a passenger train station down here or something. And then over here, of course, it's already in the city. We can always just put a cargo and passenger station somewhere around there as well. And maybe a passenger station here just for the fun of it. Not that it's all that useful because we don't have enough stations. Crime rate 22%. Yes, that's a thing. That's what we're doing. That is... Alright, it's filling up. Good. Just have to wait. There's dead people piling up here. Yeah. This is up to 2.7 thousand. Crime rate 23%. It's still not that bad. How quickly is it rising though? Also, dead people piling up is pretty alarming. Maybe I should turn one of these crematoriums back on because the dead peoples are seriously piling up. Down here and over here. Like this graveyard doesn't actually provide enough coverage. Oh, I guess it does though, because the green means that there's coverage. I mean, technically there's still full coverage, except that this is high density, so then there's not enough hearses to bring the dead people in. Fascinating. 2.576. 2790. Alright, that's cool. Crime rate up to 24%. Still not too bad. It's taking a long time for people to realize there's no police in the entire city. I mean, you'd think the criminals would figure it out fairly soon that there's no police in the city. But yeah, you can see how a disaster is slowly unfolding, especially in the commercial area. It's interesting. So there's not that many criminals. You can see the colors changing. It's mostly the commercial areas that suffer first. That's fascinating. People steal from businesses faster than they steal from factories and houses. Still, it's only 24%, so come on guys, come on, let's go. Let me just check my budget. Yeah, there's zero police coverage. Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. What are these guys complaining about? Low land value. Low land value. Low land value. Not enough customers. Nobody talks about... Oh, crime rate is high, good. Nope. No, it's not as high as they would think. Crime rate is very high in the plaza with trees. I mean, part of it is really funny to see, to like create disasters, but then it's also kind of insane seeing this happen. These are not as upgraded, so do I have any fully... Oh, that one just died. Do I have any fully upgraded factories? I don't. I'm not entirely sure how to make them happier. Do I have fully... I think I have some fully upgraded houses. Or this one. So this is commercial stuff that's fully upgraded. it's not entirely clear how you get them fully upgraded, because they'll say stuff like not enough services, or let me just kind of check on this. Increase the value of the land to allow the building to be upgraded. Parks, plazas, and good services increase land value. Yeah, okay. So they want more land value, but then, like, you know, it seems to be quite difficult to push the approval all the way to the highest levels, or to, you know, push the building level to the highest levels. Doesn't really matter for farms and mines. There's only one level. So like that's at max level, but the one right next to it is not. And the one, okay, I guess that one is max level too. And it's because it's right next to a plaza, I see. So maybe it just means that we need a lot more plazas, although this one is, you know, at level 1 instead of even 2, and that's right next to the plaza too. So it's not entirely clear how they calculate this stuff. It seems like this stuff was clearer in SimCity, whereas this seems a little more difficult to understand to me. That is full, I don't need to look at that anymore. That is 2687, is that's still filling up, right? It was 25 something before. This is 2940, alright, this is almost filled. What is our crime rate? Look, it's 23%. The crime rate is only 23%. It was 24 and now it's 23. How do I make it worse? I don't know. I think some of this stuff, there are tricks to it. I think there are tricks to making these things happen, that you can't just turn off the police and expect it to work. But I don't really know what else to do, because like there's zero police coverage, and for some reason these guys still don't see any crime. Do I just leave it? Our population is dropping. We are hemorrhaging people. And I do realize I'm trying to do the cemetery thing and the crime thing at the same time. I don't know if I turn the crematoriums back on, if it would start moving people out of the cemeteries. I hope they won't. Let me just turn like this one back on at the very least. Actually, should I? There's a lot of dead people. there's a lot of dead people. Maybe I should turn this one back on. Also, is there just not enough crematoriums in this area? Oh, let me turn this back on. I don't think it will start removing people from the cemetery until I actually click empty building to another facility. That's 2757, alright, it is filling up. This one is 2990. Almost there, guys. Almost there. Crime rate is only 23%. Crime rate is only 23%. I don't know why. I don't know why. And we're seriously hemorrhaging people. I don't think this is how we do it. Unless I need to do the unemployment thing at the same time. Maybe I need to do that at the same time. Like, crank up the unemployment and get rid of all the police. And then maybe if people have no jobs, then they would turn to crime even more. I don't know. I don't actually know what affects crime rate. Does it say Crime rate. Let me just. It doesn't really explain the mechanics.